You're a little too damage happy, my dear. I need you to, what's the word I'm looking for? Heal us. Now, I also need to get me a recipe guide right now and a side quest guide. You can't really alt-tab out of this game very easily, so I kind of have to use my phone for this. So, forgive the tiny interruption. Let me see. There we go. Because recipes in this game, cooking recipes in particular is what I'm talking about. They have offshoots, which is cool because it kind of adds a whole new thing. I know that's I don't want to say it adds a whole new way of looking at cooking in this game, so that's why I like it in this game.
Just go away!
Compared to the other ones. Because other ones, it's just you find the Wonder Chef. And that's it. In this one, you find the Wonder Chef. There we go. Good job, boys and girls. This one, you find one recipe. And before you know it, it's like, ooh, if someone cooks it long enough, it turns into a completely different recipe. This is annoying. These wiki pages take forever to load, man. Okay, Yuri makes rice. So we got beef bowl. Okay, so now we need Carol to start making beef bowl. And I'm looking at the Tales of wiki if you want to know where I'm getting this information from. I just Google, you know, recipes, Tales of Vesperia, and I click on the Celia wiki because usually information there is good. So what I want is you to make beef bowl, and this will turn into omelet rice. Omuraisu. But yeah, I wanted to be a Japanese teacher of all things. It made my sensei really happy. Like my sensei was actually Japanese. Like it's pretty crazy that in New Mexico of all places, my university offered up to the intermediate level of Japanese because she was the only, you know, professor and she was the only professor, so and she only taught up to the intermediate level. So there were no like advanced Japanese lessons. And the thing about language acquisition is like no matter how much studying you do, you don't really. You have to. I would definitely recommend if you can afford it, if it's in the books.
I got a little worked up.
To study abroad and take your
just keep getting stronger.
Language study skills to the next level. Like you're not really gonna learn or acquire a language just by studying in a classroom. Like you have to really get out there and live the language.
Let's get this over with.
So that was something I never really got to do because I was too scared. I don't know how else to put it. I was too scared to go by myself.
That was easy.
And also, like, from a money standpoint, like, I would have had to have taken out so many more loans. Like, there are... What's the word? There's scholarships that you can use that can kind of help a little bit, but, like, just a plane ticket to go to Japan is, like, $2,000 or some bullshit like that. Very pricey. So, like, you know, maybe your scholarship might only cover the damn plane ticket. You still gotta, like, worry about tuition costs. Like, usually universities will be partnered with another school in the country that you're trying to study abroad in. So like I had options. But if you wanted to go somewhere that they weren't partnered with, you had to deal with their own, like, their tuition costs and shit. Like, for example, NUFS, Nagoya University of Foreign Studies. Like, a lot of people, if you studied abroad in Japan, you would go to Nagoya, which is in Kyoto, I'm pretty sure. Or you had the option of going to Kyushu and studying in, what was in Kyushu? Kansai Gaidai? No, Kansai Gaidai was in Osaka. It wasn't Kansai Gaidai. I can't think of what was in Kyushu. One of my good friends went to Kyushu to study there in Fukuoka, the city there. But I forget what the name of the university is.
Well, well.
But Kansai Gaidai was also
here?
like
More
another
delicious snacks for my pet, it seems.
popular place to go.
So you're Rago. You've got some pretty disgusting hobbies.
Your pasta
Hobbies?
sauce is
Oh,
disgusting.
you must mean
Nah.
my basement.
Ragu's alright.
Only someone with my refined
More of a prego
sensibilities
person
could
myself.
understand the pleasure I derive from such things.
God,
You're
your
just
mole
like
is
those
huge.
senile old fools on the council. They bored me
I'd
to
get
death
that
and never
looked
let
at to
me
make sure it's not
enjoy myself.
cancerous.
It's the privilege of my exalted station to dispel such boredom with the help of the common people.
You can't mean that's your only reason to do those things.
Why, yes it
Well,
is.
I suppose I should go and fetch Ribgaro. So many new toys. He had to put on quite a show. Though you may not live long
He
enough
was
to
just like
see
a
it.
giant unicorn, dude.
There's
He
no
wasn't
point
very
in searching
dangerous.
For Ribgaro. We've already taken care of him.
Oh,
What did you
damn.
say?
Are you deaf? I said we've already taken care of him.
What have you done to my pet?
I just
You
took his
put a bell
horn.
on it or something, maybe you wouldn't have lost track of it.
Ah, well, with a bit more money, I'll soon be able to replace him.
He's not dead, sir. We just let him go.
Rago, how can you say such things and still call yourself a servant of the Empire?
The princess!
What? You?
What are the
impossible.
odds? Murdering time.
Stay back! What do you intend to do? Someone! Arrest these intruders!
You know, of all the
We'll have
people that are
enemies all over
definitely
the place
down
if we don't
here,
hurry up and finish what we came to do. Hold it.
What? Don't we need to create an emergency for the Knights to respond to?
It's still too soon. First, we need some evidence.
We've got to find the Blastia that controls the weather.
yes, we do. Jesus, it is so hot. Like, ugh, I hate when it rains here in the Southwest because it gets so muggy. I'm already sweating. And it's that weird feeling of like, it's like kind of cold outside, but it's like not really cold. It's like 70 something degrees, which is cooler than normal for New Mexico. But
Don't get sloppy!
I have to save one of these for the boss. I have to be conscious of that. Val? What an interesting name you have there.
The best defense is a good offense, or so I've read.
What were we talking about? We're talking about studying abroad and learning languages. Acquiring languages, sorry. Languages are acquired. Come on, you. Let's fight.
I'm gonna make you work.
Who knows? I mean, ultimately, you're so like, unless you have a PhD and you're working at a research university, like, you're gonna be underpaid, underutilized, and underappreciated. Maybe not, like, underappreciated for sure, not underutilized, you're gonna be overutilized. Like,
We finished them off.
at my university, I
finished
studied... I studied, German and Japanese. My German instructor, like, because she was, like, for the time, she was, like, one of the only people who was teaching German. There was one other dude who was a doctor. He had a doctorate, Dr. Rundell. He was teaching it, and just Gabi, my instructor. And so, like, for the longest time, like, she was afraid to retire. She finally retired, like, this year during, like, maybe not this year, but last year I think she retired during the whole COVID thing. Because, like, she's an older lady. And it was good for her to retire, because if she got COVID, it would have sucked if she didn't make it. She was a really sweet lady, and she made learning fun. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, you'll know when you meet those instructors that, like, know how to teach and they encourage, like, speaking in class, and they encourage, like, making mistakes, because you're gonna make mistakes. Like, mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. And you can't be afraid to make them. And yeah, sometimes it's embarrassing getting corrected, but it's all part of the learning process.
Let's work together.
But to go back to my point, like, they had her teaching, like, because she also taught linguistics, so she taught German classes, she taught linguistics classes, and, like, her schedule was constantly full. She was teaching so many classes, and she was an older lady in her 70s. Like, it's rude to ask an older lady how old she is. From what I could glean,
Your legs are
she was in her 70s. And, that ain't right, making someone who's elderly at that point, work so many hours, and she would talk about sleeping in her office because she was so overworked, and it's like crazy. Just crazy. And so, I like the idea of being a teacher and educating people, but at the same time, it's like, you don't go into that profession for the financial security. You go into that profession because you love doing it.
What a beautiful view.
What?
Who's there?
What are you doing over there?
Why do you even exist as a
like?
character? You're
I'm
boring.
hanging around enjoying the scenery, matey.
Oh yeah? Could have sworn you'd been captured.
I hate how
She has been captured, actually.
the Japanese version of these games, like, they take the time to finish them. Like, when we got this over in the US, it was a 360 exclusive. I don't know how much Microsoft had to pay Namco Bandai, but it was an exclusive here in the US when it first came out. It was a 360 exclusive. I'd have to look for my copy around here somewhere. But it actually, up in the right-hand corner, only on Xbox 360 kind of thing. In Japan, they're like, well, Japanese people like to buy homegrown products, so we're gonna put it on up the PlayStation 3 with all this extra added stuff, extra boss encounters, 2 new characters added to the party.
Shiver me timbers. I know you. Your name was,
It's just kind of annoying.
Who's that?
This is weird little girl that I just.
I'm Yuri.
Pardon me.
What's your name? Patty, huh? We met in front of the mansion, didn't we?
You gave me a weird, creepy doll.
You couldn't forget the warmth of my hand and came a-chasing after me.
You're like 12. I'm 13 and legal in Japan. But don't tell anybody else.
Hey, what were you doing here?
I'm hunting for treasure.
Yeah, I bet.
Treasure? In a place like this?
Well, I guess it wouldn't be odd for that black-hearted geezer to have filched some treasures.
So what do you
Filched?
do,
I'm an adventurer.
Patty? In any case,
I wonder
it's
what
dangerous for a little girl
goes
to
through the
wander around
minds
a
of
place like
translators
this
to,
all
like,
by
going,
yourself.
filched instead of
She's
stole.
right. Why don't you come with us?
Filched
I still
some
ain't found no
treasures.
treasure.
It just sounds so stilted.
Maybe it isn't my place to say this, but you sound less like an adventurer and more like a thief.
Maybe.
An adventurer is one who always carries the spirit of curiosity and the desire to push into the unknown.
I'm pretty sure that's Mew from Tales of the Abyss.
So while I may look like a thief, I'm actually nothing of the sort.
It's not like I really care anyway. Well, if you're gonna
I'm
keep
always
hunting
stuck
for treasure, I
babysitting
won't
children.
stop you.
Half of the party is underage.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, shit. Literally, me and Estelle are the only ones 18 and older.
They're probably ain't no treasure
As
left
of right
in this
now, at
mansion
least.
anyway.
She's saying she'll come with us.
Okay.
Don't
then
put
let's
words
go.
in my mouth, matey. Oh shit. But yeah,
Do it!
I have lots of different interests other than video games. It's just that,
Hammer! Just headshot!
like, video games was one of my first loves before I discovered, well, video games and music, they're pretty interchangeable in that regard. But before I discovered linguistics and learning languages and stuff like
Put
that,
out your hand! Like this? Yay! What was
before
that?
I found that stuff, it was pretty much music and this video game stuff. And had I known in college that this would have been
Do it!
a legit, you know, thing to do, I would have definitely done it, man. And I'd already be established by now. I mean, I have, like, there's a 9-year-old video or something like that on my YouTube channel where I was doing, like, at that time I was watching a lot of, I don't know if anybody knows who Seamus is, but SSOHPKC. He was one of the first, like, you know, YouTube Let's Players that I got into, and I kind of learned a lot by, like, watching his videos, because he also talked about, like, how he did it, like, what he used for game capture devices, and, like, back then you used Camtasia before, this was before shit like OBS existed, and before it really took off and people started, like, doing this, like, all over the place.
Don't get in my way!
And that's one thing that it's like, ugh, if I had really, if only I had known, I could have put all my eggs in this, well, not all my eggs in this basket, but I could have started divvying some eggs up over here to try and make this happen. Ow. Hang on, let me not be flanked by these dudes. Do I not have any other moves? I could be using this now, I guess. Destruction field, this stuff is all done. Gazorpazorp field. Yeah, generally I pick the attacks that have the most hits on them. So like Cerberus Strike is like a 3-hit move. This is maybe like a 4 to 5 hit move, I don't remember.
It'll be 100 years before you can beat me.
Because you've lived a lot longer, right?
Not exactly.
Damn, that was fast. Like literally 2 cookings of that recipe already got omelet rice. Sweet. I'm gonna have to, I think when I take this break, I'm gonna go take a shower because I just feel grody. Usually I get up and wash my face, I'll wash my hair because I have oily hair. That's when you don't take care of your physical health, your hair, like you can tell. So my hair usually is grody in the morning, so I get up, wash my face, wash my hair so that it looks nice on camera. Omelet rice, curry, beef bowl, rice ball. So we got that. So the next one, curry. Oh, so if Carol makes omelet rice, we get meat sauce. So that just sounds a little inappropriate, but whatever. It also, like, it doesn't really sound like a complete meal either. It's like, have some meat sauce. Well, like, do we got any side dishes? Or what's the deal here? We got 2 ways to go. What's over here? Usually I like to go left first. Okay, we got 2 dudes and oh no! Better not run him.
This is awesome!
I love being taken by surprise. Okay, so that's a 3-hit move. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Too easy.
Man, that last hit is hard to get off if you're too close. or something.
Yeah, I beat you into next week.
Next week? But can you?
Would you quit asking that, Estelle? It's not possible to knock somebody into the future. It's just an expression. Haven't you ever read a book about expressions before? You like to read so much.
I'm gonna make you work.
But yeah, my commentary style, like, I know that, like, I recently watched a video on, like, you know, like, how to make it, and, like, it's not really how to make it. Like, yeah, there's so many other content creators on this platform that, like, it's a battle. It's an uphill battle to get to the point where you can live off of this sort of thing. But, like, you know, they talk about, like, you know, have a webcam, have some sort of engagement so that people can engage with you. And, like, I feel kind of bad because I don't really show a lot of facial emotion. Like, when something makes me laugh or smile or whatever, then yeah, you'll see that. But, like, most of the time, like, my face is relaxed and it looks like I'm uninterested. It's not that I'm uninterested, it's just that I have what we call in the business a raging bitch face. Like, I don't show emotion. And it looks like I'm pissed off a lot of the time, but I'm actually not. It's just that I don't really show any kind of emotion. And, you know, as someone who's 33, I don't look that bad for my age, in my opinion. And that's mainly because, like, yeah, I don't have the laugh lines, the smile lines. I'm starting to get the forehead wrinkles a little bit, which is depressing. But, overall, I don't look too bad. I don't go out in the sun too much. I don't got any of that sun damage.